Got the cast?
Huh?
Got the cast?
I sure don't. It was not hitting today.
Turn Gangsta Players, aka OG Faded. I'm hanging out with the big homie, Hankin TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, support the brother. We out here doing big things. It's all good, baby. Y'all see we free. We out here enjoying life. Wah. I want y'all to stop the violence, say no to drugs, and put these guns down. I'm out, baby. Gotta go.
This is a certified hood classic.
I used to be in my feelings, then I turned up and got a spot. I can't say how much I made in that bitch, I just know it was a lot. I don't care no more if she love me for real, long as she love my knot. They say, you hitting them with too much drip, I know I got a mop. I put my flow in the microwave, I know I gotta blow, now it's hot. I was way too far ahead of my time, I had to slow down and stop. Before I pull up to the honeycomb, I got to go round the block. Looking in blind spots for any nigga think he on the low trying to plot. Go ahead.
Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Hankin TV, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's my boy. He put dope content over there.
Chase, man, I gotta go get to that money like it's game time. Don't run up on me with that trippin', I'm a bang, man. Shoot it out, bang it out at the same time. Yeah, I'm really in it for you, know I ain't high. Yeah, I stay right. Get to that bag and I stay fly. I turn heads when I ride by. Walk down on feet, don't do no drive-by. It ain't no pressure, I'm a stepper, I'm a forever ride. You know the hood ain't the same, you gotta pick a side. And that's crazy, these niggas play, man. How they betray, man. You like Philip Craig. This shit don't feel the same. Praying for better days. This shit won't never change, never change. I just sit back and wonder. I think about my mama, I think about my girl, my sisters and brothers. Gotta get through this struggle, get up and hustle. Us against the world, no, we cannot trust them. So you know I gotta chase, man. I gotta go get to that money like it's game time. Don't run up on me with that trippin', I'm a bang, man. Shoot it out, bang it out at the same time. Yeah, I'm really in it for you, know I ain't high. Yeah, I stay right. Get to that bag and I stay fly. I turn heads when I ride by. Walk down on feet, don't do no drive-by. I just sit back like I was on the bed of the big shit. Talking to my little brother, baby G. And I told him I seen a vision like we gonna make it, bitch.
What's up with this? Your boy JT. If I say I done it, I did it. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Hankin TV tonight. As y'all know, I usually bring out an artist, the brands, or the business owner, but tonight I'm about to bring another piece of the puzzle, a crucial piece of the puzzle. So everybody sit back. I'm about to give y'all some game, and we're definitely about to network. Man, if you can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Young Smith, aka Mr. 365, man. CEO of PromoUSA Entertainment Group. I'll say that.
Yeah, I definitely was about to bring up PromoUSA, man. We had the privilege of working together a few years ago, man. So first off, man, let's tell people what PromoUSA is.
It's a marketing, management, and promotion company started by myself early 2010 is 2011. I kind of piggybacked off my old business, which was called YSE, Young Smith Entertainment. And I was more or less managing artists back then and myself when I was doing the music. But then I kind of went full-fledged into A&R executive mode and just went behind the scenes. And that's when I created PromoUSA in Atlanta in like 2011. It just took off from there.
Okay, you say you started PromoUSA and you used to be an artist. So what made you switch over from being an artist to managing?
Man, I always been marketing and promoting. That was some of my earliest introductions into the business. One of my old managers, she used to manage myself and Busy Bone and a few other artists as well. But what we used to have to do, we used to have to market these shows that they was bringing in town at the time. And they have us out there street teaming and promoting and marketing the flyers and stuff. And this was like early 2000 sometime, maybe 2006, just around that time. So we was heavy in a marketing game. And I've been throwing parties since I was in like high school. So I always had a connection to the people and to the street. So when I was pushing my own music, everybody always used to ask me to push their music the same way I push mine. And I kind of seen I had that gift to touch people. So people just start trusting me with their careers, and I start taking it serious, man. And it just went on from there. That's how I got started with the management.
That's definitely what's up, man. I think too, man, for as artists, they need to take more of a hands-on approach to their marketing themselves versus depending on labels to do it, or sometimes even paying for marketing, because can't nobody tell your story or push your brand the way you gonna push it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you absolutely right, man. And one thing I like, man, I like to see an artist, like you said, pushing themselves. If you already pushing yourself to the highest of your potential or your reach, somebody else is going to see you, and you got to be consistent with that. And a lot of people aren't hands-on with their marketing, their promotion. Because when I get my hands on you, you know, we're going to turn it up a notch, and I can't be the only one that's promoting for you. So I let artists know you got to be promoting for yourself, or you got to be advertising and networking for yourself. You know, you can't just put all your eggs in one basket. So you're definitely right about that.
So, man, you wear a lot of different hats. So what you got going on right now?
Right now, I'm one of my main focuses, my artist I got, New Blanco. I think you had her on the platform maybe last week or the week before. I can't remember. That's my biggest priority right now, is breaking her through the underground and getting her name a little bit known. She already got a lot of exposure outside of the state and a lot of platforms, but we just keeping on building that independent into that big grind payoff. But I'm working on that. I have a reality show I'm executive producer right now, also for Blanco. One of my other partners and my artist that I work with, Sauce to God, where he just launched his clothing line and label. So we just pushing a lot of that right now, man. And the artist I was working with, Sick in This Second, is doing a lot of big things out in Tennessee right now. So hopefully we hear some good news about that coming up. My other artist is getting ready to come home real soon. One of my youngest artists, Youngin, he's actually like 15, 16 years old. So that's just what I got working on right now, man, just pushing the culture. I'm about to go back behind the scenes into my media platform and what you got going on too. I'm about to get back in that bag in a couple months, but I ain't in no rush.
That's what I know, man. You had to work with a few different platforms. So tell us about your platforms.
Man, right now, man, I'm just everywhere, man. In Atlanta, everybody know I live in Atlanta, and I'm back and forth from Atlanta to Columbus. But yeah, I got a lot of big platforms I work with in Atlanta. I'm working. I've been working for years with Tampa Mystic. That's my homegirl, one of my biggest supporters. I support her to the fullest. Industry's Most Wanted. If you ever get a chance to check out her platform, Industry's Most Wanted in Atlanta, bigger ranking. Man, shout out to my people over at Westside Misfits in Atlanta. My homegirl Donna, DJ Lab over there. Them is my people. Man, I'm working with everybody, man, right now. Cincy Local and Live out of Cincinnati. My people over there, Randall Pink, and my guy Ty Cincinnati. I'm working with them. My dog, Uncle Joe's podcast in Columbus, Ohio. Me and bro been networking and working a lot. Man, it's too many platforms to even name for me, but these are just some of my personal guys that I rock with on a daily basis that I want to give a salute to. Yourself, you know, I've been rocking with you for a couple years. more than 5 years. We done locked in. I think that was 2018, 2019. So we've been rocking for some years. Man, I just, appreciate the platform. I watched you grow. I'm working with Hankin TV. So any artists that want to network and get down with Hankin TV, if you got some motion going on, I can definitely plug you into that area too.
That's what's up, man. I definitely appreciate it. So, man, being an artist, a former artist yourself, and then coming over to the management game, man, what's some valuable information you would give to our independent artists?
Oh man. Well, I say the transition part of it was kind of easy for me because, like I said, I had always been involved in big situations myself in my career. So I've had the privilege of being around some of the biggest names in the business as an artist. So before I transitioned to the management part, I had a lot of knowledge of the business. And as an artist, I kind of knew what artists wanted and what an artist wanted out of a manager and what to expect. So from being an artist, so I kind of just let that, my natural just charm and what I know in the business rub off in my know-how with the artists. All the artists trust me because they know, they see what I can do for one. And then, my knowledge of the business, they respect that. So it's just like anything I've ever told an artist that I've worked with, I've done it. You don't get along with everybody. You're going to have some relationships that go this way or go that way. But for the most part, I've never promised anybody anything in their career. I always tell you what I can do for you, what I can bring to the table, the value of that situation. And like I said, if you got any type of motion on your own, then what I'm going to bring to the table is just going to help you catapult to the next level. So I just tell artists, man, to be mindful, man, of what they asking people to do for them and just be an asset, not a liability, man. I know y'all hear me say that all the time, but if you're an asset, man, it's kind of easy to kind of work your hand.
Most definitely. You're an actor as well, man. So let's go ahead and unplug that movie. Tell us about the movie.
Yeah, man. I debuted in the movie Out on the Limb. Man, shout out to the Oarkies, man. Man, my family, my dog Shot for Shot Imagery, my dog Zeph, man, he doing his thing right now. He in all type of I think he was on CSR. He on all type of stuff going on right now. But salute to everybody that played a part in that movie. My dog Trey Chaney. We got Jamal Big Gravy Woolard in the movie. A couple of my personal homeboys. My bro Dave Skills was in the movie. My sis Nidra the Diva was in the movie. Who else was in the movie? My dog Clay James was in the movie. Man, we had an all-star cast in the movie Out on the Limb. If you haven't seen it, please tap into it. It's on Tubi. You'll see me in there get my act on. That was my first major role, so I appreciate you for plugging that as well. And if anybody ain't seen it, man, go ahead and tap into that when you see it. If you see me in there, tag your boy.
You already know. You got any more acting roles coming up?
Yeah, man, I got some stuff coming up I'm working on. I'm about to go audition for a couple roles, but I'm really behind the scenes right now. So I'm getting my direct on, like I said, with the reality show. That's just a first little sample of my directing. I actually directed my first major music video probably what was that? Right before the pandemic. Right before the pandemic, I had did Jizzle Man and my artist Young Sauce to God Talk My Shit video out in Atlanta in Stone Mountain. I directed that. So that was kind of like my first directorial debut on the music video. So now I'm getting ready to get my direct on in the reality show lane. So I'm really, me, I like to be a boss, man. I'm CEO, and so I get behind the scenes, man, and I'm going to get my direct on, get them credits, behind my name.
Most definitely. So far as being back and forth, man, from Ohio in Atlanta, what do you think, man, Ohio artists is missing to make that crossover to mainstream?
A lot of it's ego, for real. I'm going to just keep it all the way real. A lot of it's ego and entitlement. Just being from a person who travel around different cities and different states. Like, I don't just see local artists in Ohio. I see local artists in Atlanta, local artists in Carolina, local artists in Texas, Tennessee. Every city that I touch, I see local artists and independent artists. So it's the mentality. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Ohio. I'm born and raised in Ohio. So I know the mentality of the people. I don't care if you're in Dayton, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Toledo, Springfield. I don't care where you're from. We got a certain type of mentality that we fit. That just the ego thing. When we reach a certain level, like when we feel like we got a certain type of emotion, we feel like people start supposed to treat us a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. I see a lot of that going on all around Ohio. You know what I'm saying? This artist and this, and then the sad thing about it is them artists might have motion, but don't nobody know them over in the next city or the next state. And if people do know them, they don't have enough motion over there to be having this ego. So that's where I'll be really feeling the disconnect at, man. Like if everybody just be more humble and work with each other and build it up the way it's supposed to be and make the draw the crowd to you, build that brand, man. It's just like selling drugs, bro. This is nothing different than selling drugs. And I use the drug game and the hustle game in the entertainment game. That's how I pattern my model after. I use the same hustle technique that I would use on the streets. So, I put myself out there. It's supply and demand. If you supply it, the people gonna come, and your product good, the people gonna come. And a lot of the things with these rappers is really just to keep it all real. A lot of people don't believe these rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because we know them. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to cap to people that you know. So you have to expand yourself outside of your circumference and your comfortability and where you at every day, because them people not gonna take you serious, man. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying the people that you trying to fool and they know you from school and this and that. Now, if you really that guy, you really that guy. It just it's gonna stand for itself. You ain't got to do a whole bunch of proving to people. But a lot of these artists is capping and they talking about something they ain't doing or they ain't really lived it. So you know what I'm saying? And that's just really what it is. It's reality, because you ain't got to do a whole bunch of convincing nobody if you that guy. I ain't even really got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really right. What the disconnect is for real. Like if people just be themselves and they organically work together and they salute the next person and support the next person, then they'll see more networking come from that and more prosperity. But as long as we keep running in this rat race and not trying to salute the ones that's doing it, then we're going to keep falling victim to what we got going on. And that's what I was going to say. It's a lot of artists in Ohio that are major. Let me do say that. We have a lot of major artists out of Ohio. But the thing is, these cats that are under them don't want to recognize them because they ain't on that level yet. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even want to speak about the cat in their area that they know is buzzing for real, because they don't even want to shine no light on them. So that it's just like a crab in the barrel mentality. And then that makes them artists not reach back down to these cats because they ain't showing no love. So it's just a bad cycle, bro. It's bad.
Right. And then as far as, you know what I'm saying, we talking about rappers capping, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because now we got a lot of people bringing their street stuff to the industry. You know what I'm saying? We got RICO cases. We got guys catching all type of cases and stuff like that. And the main goal of it, man, is to get in the game, to get out the hood. You know what I'm saying? But niggas get in the game and stay in the hood. So what's some advice you give your artists or any artist, period?
Man, that's a good question, bro. And like you said, it's like a double-edged sword, because that was one of the reasons I stopped rapping. Just to answer that question, because when you really, really live in this shit, it's hard to separate the two. And Biggie Smalls, any major rapper that really then took the shit serious and told you that before. Like, I was really that guy, on the streets having my way with the hustle game. So, by me and being who I was in the rap game, it just kept me accessible to a lot of people. Me hustling, and you know what I'm saying? I end up getting robbed. Guys kick my door in. Broad daylight, 1 p.m. I got robbed for like $12,000, but that $12,000 saved my life. But right then and there, I had to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, this getting sticky. Like, too many people know me. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just like, so that my advice is when you really live in that, it's hard to rap. Like, you got to keep the two separate. Now, I'm not saying like if you ain't doing that no more, you can go out and talk your story and do what you're doing. But if you are actively in that shit, there ain't no reason to be talking about it, because it's going to come. Like, and I said, I'm glad I stopped the way when I did, because them RICO charges and shit like that is serious. And I was rolling like that, like Young Thug and them guys way before them niggas was doing that shit. So it was like, when you have a lot of people around you and you really doing this and they can prove it and you're telling people, you like, stop putting your hand, stop showing your hand. In spades, you don't show the opponent your hand. So
right,
you gotta look at rap like spades, man. You gotta quit telling everybody all your business, putting it on social media. I mean, if you rapping, that's one thing, but putting it on social media, putting everything that you're doing on social media, doing it where they can track it. Man, come on, look at the one guy from overseas, the Trap Lord guy that's doing all the documentaries and shit. It's already out there. We could have did that. We could have did the documentary if we wanted to be like that. They would have been calling us snitches if we did that. But what I'm saying is all the information is out there if you want to just put it together like that. So it's really like not snitching. It's really they telling on themselves. So really my advice is to stop putting all your business on social media and putting it out there where they can bring it back up in a couple years. That's just my only advice. Like, stop being a dumb criminal, man. Just stop putting your business on the street. If you rapping, rap. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. If you rapping, rap. Just rap.
Most definitely. That's what I be saying too, man. We make it too easy, you know, coming up in my day, giving away my age, you know, one of those cell phones and social media and stuff like that, you know, so it's kind of hard, you know. Real niggas that was in the street but didn't even take pictures, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So how did you end up eventually getting into music? Did you grow up with musical people in your family, or how did you get into it?
Yeah, man, my dad was a DJ ever since I was young. My dad was DJing in like high school and college. So I think I learned how to mix records probably like at the age of 6. You know what I'm saying? I knew how to mix and, you know what I'm saying, blend the records, you know what I'm saying? Because my dad taught me how to do that. He might be upstairs and he might be making a little mixtape. My dad was making mixtapes in the 80s, like, so, you know what I'm saying? Blending all his favorite records and selling them, giving them to his friends. My dad had been doing that. So it's like when I got in music, I was selling my own mixtapes and my own shit in middle school. So it's like when I see these guys was the first ones to like take it mainstream, it's kind of funny because I was doing that shit in the 90s, like as a kid, like 11, 12, 13 years old. I was already, you can ask anybody that went to school with me, I was selling the whole school mixtapes. I was rapping on niggas' voicemails on their pages back in the day. I was that guy. Like I had it when everybody wasn't a rapper, I was a rapper. Like I said, Busy Bone, one of my best friends. So, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I've been in this music game my whole life. I was doing talent shows at like 10 years old. Me and my cousins, our little rap groups and shit like that. And like I said, in middle school, I started taking it serious. Everybody was really seeing I really had a gift at that shit. So I've been rapping my whole life. I think I rapped all through school, did all the talent show, all the show. Like I said, we was throwing parties. And then I took it serious for real in my 20s, toured around a little bit, had some real good situations. Like I said, and just been blessed to transition out of that to the back behind the scenes, the A&R, the executive shit, and manage major artists and serious artists at the same time too.
So what's some of the services on We Promo USA offer to artists, man?
We offer marketing promotion. That's daily marketing and branding on all of my platforms. You know, that's just regular social media, anything that we're promoting on. The same type of exposure that my artists have, I sell those packages as well. So you can get the same exposure that I'm doing for my artists. Like when you see me promoting any of my artists, New Blanco or anybody, you can get in that rotation as well. You know, just the media platform services. That's one of the biggest things that I do with the bigger platforms like the Dirty Glove Bastards, the No Jumpers, For Shooters Only, things of that nature. I offer packages and I offer those platforms as well. You know, of course, those are for real serious artists and people who want to tap in to actually spend that budget and have that type of budget to expose yourself to the world. You know, I offer those type of services too. I'm real good friends with all the owners of those platforms, so I can get you on any of those platforms without me hiking a price on it or anything of that nature. That's just me really putting you in a plug in. If you got the budget, then I can put you on. But it's a lot of people this business is really easy, man, at this moment in time. It's really not as hard as it seems. If you got a couple of dollars, it's all about networking on these right platforms and getting your music and your brand out there. Because I tell artists this every day: if you got $1,500 to spend, I can put you on the same platform all these other artists is going to be on, and you're going to get the same views these artists get tomorrow. And now it's up to you what you do after that. You know what I'm saying? But if your music is that good, where you can jump on these platforms to Say Cheeses, all these other platforms, we can get you on there tomorrow. You want to put your shit on Say Cheese? We can put you on there tomorrow. But are you going to be able to capitalize off of that motion? And a lot of these artists know that they're not ready to capitalize off that motion, and that's why they don't spend that money. It's really cut and dry, man. It ain't like 20 years ago where you couldn't reach the person you was trying to reach.
Right.
Now it's all about a bag. If you got that bag, we could talk. We could talk.
It's
real
they
easy.
ain't got a budget. If they got a cell phone, you know what I'm saying? That's how easy it is now.
It's real easy. You can hit that person up. They gonna tell you. But if you got proper, and that's why I say you got proper managing and representation, or you have a good team behind you. So a lot of people, and those three things that I just said is real key. A lot of people don't have proper management or a proper team or proper guidance of people in their corner. So when you have an artist and they have all of those things in motion, and they're a good artist and they got a budget behind them, you see success stories. So you can't just have an ego with no budget. You got an ego with no budget. What are we doing? That sounds like your kids, right? Don't your kids got an ego with no budget? Don't they be like, Dad, I want, you know what I'm saying? I got this shit. Man. Bro, how you gonna get this shit? You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. I look at artists like you can't come into a situation and just have a good song. Because now we're gonna have to have a budget to work this song on radio. And you heard countless people way before me tell you what it costs to market a number one song on radio. You're gonna spend 100 bands. You're gonna spend 200 bands, 250 on that shit. You're gonna spend 50 just to get it on there. So that's what I'm saying. These cats, now you're talking a language that most independent and local artists aren't even ready to have that conversation.
Right. And the key word is budget.
Budget. So what are you rapping for? You might as well go to the bank, take out a loan, you know what I'm saying? It funds your career. And a lot of cats don't understand that. Like, if you rapping without a budget, the first thing you need to do is figure out how to get you a budget. I don't care if it's a small budget. I ain't say what your budget had to be. I'm just saying you're gonna definitely need a budget to make certain moves in this industry.
So if people want to connect and hook up with We Promo USA, how can they go about that?
My email is the best way. We Promo USA Music at gmail.com. Other than that, all social media. Mr. 365 is my Instagram. Mr. 365 _ 2 times. Yeah, it's up on the screen. That's really the best way to tap in with me on my Instagram. My Facebook, I think I got too many friends to add people. So every time somebody add me, I have to delete somebody else. So, but you can't follow me on Facebook. My Facebook is Richie Smith. My backup Facebook is Brand God. You can add me on that page. I don't really be on that Brand God page. That's just a backup page. But all my social media, like I said, is I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Twitter is Brand God Mr. 365. I'm really just getting back on that. But yeah, that's really just the best ways, man, to reach out to me is my social media or my email, man. I'm a real personable person. I'm on those platforms. I ain't real bougie. I respond to people if you're talking the right language.
Budget. And as
budget.
far as working with We Promo USA, what are y'all looking for in artists? What do artists need to bring to the table?
You know what, man? That's crazy, man. That is crazy. And I will say this and respectfully, because I get hit up every day and artists want me to manage them. And I don't be trying to shy away from that, but I'm just a real organic person, and I'm I put God first in everything I do, and I feel like God is going to move me in the things that I need to do. Also, I'm a firm believer in, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I got a good situation going on right now with New Blanco, and I'm gonna make that girl a millionaire. Like that's my goal. She already got it. They're already beating my lines down. We already have certain situations, but we want the perfect situation if we're going to take a situation. So we're just going to keep grinding until that perfect situation come. One of these big wigs, one of these producers here to say, like they keep doing all these other females. Until we get that look, then we grind it. So for real, man, I'm not actually looking for artists. If one falls in my lap, then that's what it happened, because I got, like I said, a 16-year-old that's right behind, New Blanco that's about to come and tear up. And if I'm gonna put my focus in any grown person, see, that's another thing. Me, If you grown and I'm putting my energy into you, you got to be a good listener. Because grown people don't like to listen. And I don't want to be the person to come and try to change who you are. You know what I'm saying? So if you ask me to manage you, but you're not really ready for me to manage, and I know a lot of cats aren't ready for that. They just want me because of my brand and my network and what I can provide for them. But they don't want to listen. So I shy away from a lot of situations because cats ain't ready to listen. And you 25 and up, I can't be sitting here arguing with no grown man or no grown woman about their career. If you don't need me in your career, I ain't about to sit here and argue with you about it. But let's remember, you asked me to manage you. I ain't asked you to come, and it is some cats that I'll be like, hey, you know what? You need me. You know what I'm saying? But those situations never fail. But like I said, I don't really look for artists, man. It falls in my lap. I understand when a cat really needs me and they're ready to be like, I just need you to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And when those conversations come, I can entertain that. Because please don't come to me asking me to manage you and then try to tell me how to do my job or what I should be doing. That's going to get you X'd away from me fast. You know how these artists is, man. They want to be real demanding in their career and they want to be. I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing. It works for me. And if you're ready for me to work for you, let's get it done. But other than that, because I don't just manage artists, I manage brands, I manage careers. You understand what I'm saying? I help people get to the next level of where they're getting. So it has nothing really to do with an artist, or it has the individual, what they're ready to do and how they're ready to move. So most people, when they're ready to move to a certain level, they enlist me in their career somehow.
Right.
No matter what it is, whether it's promotion.
Kev, if you out there, man, drop the name of that clothing line in the comments. I'm about to have Kev Easley coming up in a few weeks with his clothing line. So tell us, besides New Blanco, who I had on the show a few weeks ago, if y'all ain't missed that interview, go through and check it out. Who else should we be looking out for from PromoUSA?
Young Sauce the God. Sauce is heavy right now. Sauce is actually from my hometown, from Columbus, Ohio, but we both been in Atlanta for like the last 8 to 10 years. But Sauce the God got big motion. He's also on my tour that I got. Him and New Blanco is the co-headliners of the tour that I got going on. No Cosign. I do every year. I do an independent tour called No Cosign. New Blanco and Sauce the God. They headlined last year with my other artist, Sick in this Second. So yeah, Sauce the God, like you said, New Blanco, Youngin the Goat. That's my young artist. He jumping back on the scene. I got a couple artists that I'm affiliated with, man. Giles Music, I rock with. Poochie Mr. Prince, I've been rocking with bro for a few years. He back home. He rocking. Man, it's a lot of cats, man, that I'm just affiliated with. But those are just the main artists. Flex God. That's one of my biggest artists I've been working with for the last 8 years. Flex God, about to drop new music. Can't forget about the Flex. That's, like I said, Flex been blue checked up before you could buy a blue check on Instagram. That's one of my biggest artists to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, so Flex about to drop music in the summertime. So yeah, shout out him. Flex God, New Blanco, Sauce the God, Youngin the Go. Like I said, Sick in this Second is doing real big shit in Tennessee right now. Other than that, man, that's all I'm working with as far as my artist that we PromoUSA. You know what I'm saying? Salute to anybody else in the past that has been working with me. That, salute to all them guys too.
Right. So before we go, man, tell us about the No Cosign tour. Well, where can people check it out? Where it's coming up at next and stuff like that.
Yeah, the No Cosign tour is an independent tour that I base around my artist every year. This is the second year in a row that I've done this particular tour. I usually do a Grind to Shine tour, and that's more directed towards independent artists that just basically aren't signed to me. I do that, the Grind to Shine, but the No Cosign tour is a tour that's a We PromoUSA artist tour, which my artists are the headliners, and then we book other opening acts and other big artists that align on that tour. We usually hit about 8 to 10 cities. We just did the first 2 dates. We did in Lorain, Ohio, and we did in Columbus, Ohio. The first 2 dates, we getting ready to go to Charlotte and Atlanta next. We got Tennessee coming up and Orlando, Florida. So those will be the next 4 dates that we got coming up. And then pick back up in July. I was going in June, but I got some family stuff going on in June. So we just gonna pick back up in July. And that's the difference when you really invest in your own shit and it's your own shit. you can change whatever at any given time. When you the boss, you can say this was going on. So yeah, we picking back up in June, and we got a lot of artists that's on the tour with me. I got of course my DJ Trap that's traveling around with me from Lorraine. I got a lot of artists out of Lorraine that picked up on the tour. I got Trap Lover Reese, I got Mula Marie, Lil Lex, we got Lil Will to God from Lorraine, Ohio that tapped in on the tour. Then I got my dog SMF Re-Up the Boss from Columbus, Ohio that tapped in on the tour. As I Am from Cincinnati, Ohio, and Contraband 513 from Cincinnati, Ohio. Them is all cats that's locked in on the tour on basically all the dates, you know what I'm saying? And then when we hit every city, we book artists from that city as well. We'll make it a big vibe. So yeah, man, we just travel around, man. Hopefully I'm gonna lock in with you, man, and get Dayton popping soon. I had some guys I was dealing with in Dayton. I don't really deal with them no more, but hopefully we can get with you, man, and make something happen out there, get it Hankin, get it popping. You feel me?
Definitely, because that's for the next question I was going to ask you. For the people out there looking at network, how can they be a part of the tour?
We PromoUSA music at gmail.com. I'll send you the information myself, or somebody in my staff will send you the information. But yeah, just hit that email in the subject line. Just hit what you inquiring about, whether it's marketing, promotion, management, media services, whatever you contacted me about. Just make sure you put that in the subject line. Your info, your social media info, anything I might need to check out, any links you got to any music. If you hit my line saying you that guy, please put a resume in there where I can follow up on that. Check that out.
That's definitely what's up, man. I already know you know what I'm saying, because as far as you educating the game, because as soon as I said shoot that bio, it came through before I could even hit send on it. But you'll be surprised, man, how many artists hit me up for an interview, or I hit them up and I tell them to shoot me that EPK, and they don't even know what I'm talking about.
Bro, I gave up, bro. look, I gave up because I used to try to be professional. Look, I be trying to run my business professional. So like I used to be like, yeah, you want to get on my events, send me your bio, give me this or give me, bruh. I might as well don't even have an event if I'm gonna do it like that. Like it just don't like. So, but I can accept and respect somebody like yourself when they like, and then me as a business mogul, I just like to shoot my bio because a lot of people, I'm gonna get these questions asked, and they're not gonna ask me about the music part of my career, and that's a very heavy part of my career that transitioned me into why a lot of your favorite rappers that's multimillionaires know me from rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like they seen me transition as a business mogul, and that's why I get the respect and I got the network that I got because a lot of people see me as a rapper. Now they see me as a business mogul and coming at it a whole different way. So I still got those same relationships, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like these same cats that I was opening up for see me marketing and managing artists in rooms and rubbing elbows with these other execs. Now it makes sense. And I got a media, I'm going to say, and I got a radio and television broadcasting degree. So, you know what I'm saying? I leveraged everything together.
Right. You had shot me the music. I didn't play that when we first came on because it's already on YouTube. But if anybody want to go through me and check out any of your old music, where can they catch it at?
datpiff.com. My whole my mixtape biography is on there. If you go to the DatPiff and type in Young Smith, aka Mr. 365, or Team 365, Mr. 365, Young Smith, Team 365, all on DatPiff. You could just Google me for real. If you just Google Young Smith, aka Mr. 365, all my old shits will start popping up. Like I said, it's old at this point, at least 7 to 10 years old, but I mean, my shit still sound like it came out right now. That's what everybody, because everybody talking about right now. I was talking about that when it wasn't cool. So everybody, you can go listen to my shit. It's gonna bring you right up to speed of what's going on in America today.
Right. Everybody just Google it, because man, you didn't know DatPiff shut down, man.
Yeah, it shut down, but now the mixtapes are still on there. You can still go on there and get the mixtapes.
It's like I was just on there because I got this one mixtape, man, I be listening to. I couldn't find it on nowhere but DatPiff, and I was looking for it the other day, and I couldn't get it. So
let me see while we right here on the thing, because it should not could change overnight. Yeah, you might be right. You might be
Yeah, I
right.
was the other day, man. Okay, I'm almost about to delete the app. Yup, look, the
Yeah,
app
let
don't
me
even
see.
open no more.
Okay, because
App
yeah,
don't
mine was still opening it, man, and all my mixtapes was on there. That's crazy.
Yup, they done took the app down and everything.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That was a lot of history, man. They should have left that shit
Man,
up, man.
I got a mixtape, man. That's the only place I could find it was on there. Man, don't forget, man. Hit me up, man. Some of that info. Let's put something together, man. As far as on the tour side, I got some artists up this way too.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm gonna tap in with you because I definitely want to come back to Dayton. I love Dayton. I got a lot of artists that fuck with me in Dayton too. I've been rocking with Dayton for over 15 years as far as just doing the music. Like I said, I've been one of the cats I was rocking with out there. Me and this dude that traveled everywhere doing shows. So I got a lot of love in Dayton. Dayton used to be one of my first stops. Lorraine, my first stop now, but it used to be Dayton. I used to be in Dayton first, Dayton and Columbus. But I rock with Dayton. I love to get back out there.
That's what's up, man. One more time before we go, man. Tell the people where they can get you at.
Man, Facebook, Richie Smith. Instagram, Mr. 365_2X. Twitter, Brand God, Mr. 365, man. And just Google Young Smith, Mr. 365, man. Tap in with me.
That's what's up. And I also got the link to the Instagram in the description of this YouTube video. Man, I appreciate you coming through, man. We definitely gotta make something happen, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you for having me, man. And anybody that haven't tapped into the platform, I'm going to make sure they tap in. I'm going to share the video, and we're going to get it cracking, man. And I'm going to tap you into my artist, Sauce to God, and send you his bio and let you check him out. And if you want to do something, we can get that popping too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. Go ahead and send me that, and I'm going to go ahead because I'm about to start scheduling for June now, and I can get him on in there.
Yep. I'm sure he got a lot of shit going on, so I'm sure you'll love it. I'm sure you'll be a great interview for you.
All right, bet, man. Good looking.
All right, bro. I appreciate you.
You already know.
All right, now.
Yup. All right, y'all. That was Richie Smith, Mr. 365, the owner of We PromoUSA Management. Hit him up, check him out, man. He got some dope stuff together. Like I said earlier, man, I'm trying to bring all the pieces to the puzzle together. I guess Kev ain't out there no more, man. I was telling you, Kev, if you're still out there, to drop the name of your clothing line in the description, in the comments, so I can post it. I got an interview about to come up with Kevin Easley. Y'all might always see me in the comments. He got a dope clothing line. He just dropped. About to have him on the show. Thursday, I got a personal friend of mine coming up, and there's gonna be something different for us. I really don't want to tell his story. I want to let him tell it, but some years back, he had an accident and he ended up having TBI, which is traumatic brain injury. He has an event coming up Memorial Day, so I'm gonna bring him up Thursday and educate the people about traumatic brain injury and let him talk about it. His event is dope. He also has a clothing line that he had for years. He even had it before he had the accident where he got the traumatic brain injury. It's a dope guy. No disrespect. For people who don't know, traumatic brain injuries, like people that's been in an accident and it make them kind of slow. It give them to be respectfully, I say, give them the symptoms of maybe like they had a stroke. You know what I'm saying? But he's still functioning, still running his clothing line, keeping it updated and everything. So I'm gonna bring him to y'all Thursday, man. So be looking out for that. Like he said, I'm gonna have one of his artists coming up next month. And hit me up. I got Kevin Easley coming up, so just hit me up, man. Let's get these businesses, brands, and artists out there and get them on the platform and put a spotlight on them. If you ain't checked out my past interviews, check them out. You'll be surprised with the people you will see on there. I told y'all the last time I was up, I'm working on the website for the Hankin TV merch. It's almost done. I'm gonna have t-shirts, hoodies. There it go, right there, y'all. Be on the lookout for that. I got him coming up. I'm gonna hit you up. If not tonight, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, Kev. We're gonna put a date together. We get the clothing line jumping. But I'm working on the website. It's almost done. I'm gonna have a Hankin merch shirts with the logo on it and the definition. I got t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, drinking cups. I ain't doing the shower shoes. But out of the stuff I just said, if there's anything else, keychains, stickers, and if there's some person you want to know, just hit me up in my DM and let me know, and I'll get that on the website as well. So I'm working on that. It's definitely come up, man. We about to turn it up. I'm slowly approaching my year mark on here. So it's moving, you know what I'm saying? The channel and the platform is growing slowly. I'm fortunate enough every day I having people hit me up. But like I said, I'm kind of picking and choosing because I refuse to work harder for somebody than they willing to work for themselves. But the brand is definitely growing, man. I want to thank all the supporters out there, man, the people who tune in. Just start hitting that like button, man, and start throwing them diamonds in the comments, man. We need to get some engagement, some interaction to get this in the algorithm, man. Like I say, this ain't just a dating platform, and it's for anybody. Like I said, if I was going to do it, I was going to give people from my hometown the first opportunity. So I want to thank all my supporters, man. Thank people for staying down and even coming through and checking me out when it's a topic that they ain't interested in. I just want to just thank y'all, man. We got to work together. Like I said, man, be looking for these upcoming interviews and the website. And I'm working on it. Like I said, I'm rolling up on my year anniversary. The weather getting good. So I'm definitely about to have some good content coming. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in, man. I'm out.